think that's how the net's supposed to work. It goes right through. I'm out in the middle of Grenada Lake.
Hey Matt, tell us about these things, man. Tell us about these jewels, man.
Thanks for watching 3 Pound Fishing, partnered up with these fantastic companies.
All right, let me set this up for you folks. I'm out in the middle of Grenada Lake, a lake I'm not familiar with, and my 126 SV has decided not to work. Now it is 7 o'clock in the morning. That guy right there. And so I'm very frustrated. I've got an American Crappie Trail event, big event, doing it on my own. So when these type of things happen, you have to call somebody. And that somebody is PTG at Grenada, Mississippi. I was able to text the owner. He is going to hook me up with a 9-inch string because they don't have a 126, but I am so grateful for Ron Upchurch and his family and PTG over here at Grenada, Mississippi. Do stop by and see them. I'm gonna take you through this whole process because I figure if I can't fish for the first couple hours of today, I'm gonna take advantage of that and tell you a place that you can take your issues, problems when you're out on the lake here at Grenada. Sardis, Enid, you name it, this is the place you go because they care about you and they're good family and they will take care of you. And this is going to be the perfect example of that. At the end of the day, I got to make lemonade out of lemons, and I am frustrated, but at the same time, I'm very thankful. Yeah, this thing won't power up. Check it out. I mean, this is just a, you know, you need great people. That's the name of this episode. We're going to put big slabs in the boat like we always do, but I'm going to walk you through a real life situation. This can happen to anybody out on the water, whether it's your Sunday, Saturday guy trip out on the water. You need a place to go to help you out. Yeah, no power. I've tested the lead. I know I'm getting 12.5 volts there. I've got my own battery, so everybody's gonna wanna tell me what the problem is. I've called Garmin. They're awesome too. They're sending me a brand new unit for tomorrow. They're gonna send it to PTG so that I have my typical unit. But Ron's gonna get me through today with a 9-incher, and I am so thankful for him. So I'm gonna walk you through the whole process. What a start of the day. Let's put some fish in the boat though, and that is gonna happen this episode, but I want you guys to see what, I mean, it ain't all glamour and stuff happens. We all know that, just stuff happens, so. All right, here's the update. The unit's working right now. I have no idea why. PTG is hooking me up with a 9-inch in case it does it again. So when we're done fishing today, we're going right over there, introduce you to Ron, PTG. Hopefully mine will just keep working, but I'll use the 9-inch if I have to, and I'm very thankful for that for sure. First fish of the day, good fish. Man, that is a hog. Hey, it's probably only about a one, now that I look at it, good sized fish, but it's probably still only a 1.65 or something. It's been a rough morning. We're happy to see the first keeper fish. Yeah. Still only 138, but we'll take it. We don't care. We needed some good news. What a great fish. That's fun. We're getting a little stingy. It's almost time for lunch. Let me tell you a little bit about the forecast today. We got a pretty hot day coming. 94 degrees. It's 94 degrees. It is smoking hot. But I am totally covered here. I got water. I'm about to put my hat on. All right, so we were We were at PTG yesterday for their grand opening. It just ironically, so here I am the next day having to take advantage of their services, and Ron Upchurch is in there along with his wife, and they've just given me a 9-inch 9SV, I guess the name of it, and so we're checking out and see if it works. And bam, it works. So that is gonna be my backup in case this guy goes freaky again. Now today, for whatever reason, it ended up working. But it was, I'll tell you what, scary knowing that I was not gonna have live scope, especially on a lake you don't know. So that's fantastic, and that's gonna work. So I'll introduce you to the family real quick.
All right, man.
So this is Ron Upchurch.
Hey, brother.
I really do appreciate
see you, man.
his wife,
Yes, sir.
Patsy, right?
Patsy, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just telling the fine folks about the grand opening yesterday.
Right,
So
right.
here I am taking advantage of their services right off the bat. So.
Hey, we're glad to have you here. Glad to have you here, man. It was a big, huge grand opening. We had I don't know, probably 250 people here. According to the chamber, one of the biggest grand openings in Grenada. So it was pretty amazing. I'm going to show you some Ozark rods today. Just got these in the store. Hey, Matt, tell us about these things, man. Tell us about these jewels, man.
Well, we've got the 3-pound fishing elite series. You've got the jigging rods that came out roughly last year, and then we've got the new silver 13-footers. So, I mean, proud to have Ozark rods here at PTG.
Yeah, hey, Matt, it's cool stuff, man. It's we got a little bit of everything. Like I said, a lot of rods from Ozark, cork handle, man. These are some great rods. Great value, you know, and come out and check us out. We got all this other stuff out here to go with it. Kayaks, electronics, all the baits, any kind of bait you're looking for out there. I guarantee you we got it. If we don't, we will have it in a day or two. So appreciate y'all coming out.
So the fine people want to know, will you order for them? Will you ship it to them?
We will order, we will ship. We ship nationwide. We have an online store. It's PTG Outdoors. And you go to our website, click on the online store, and you can order, and you'll usually have it in a day or two.
That's awesome. Sweet.
So definitely on day number 2 is figuring out how to use the net as a solo angler. I don't know if it's the path in which I will eventually take, especially during this tournament. You should stay tuned and watch that in the coming weeks. But at the end of the day, I thought this method right here was probably the best way I came up with and how to use the net efficiently and felt good about it. So everybody uses these pre-fish days differently, but I use it to find out what the correct bait is. I also look at it to figure out what a good fish looks like on live scope, because when you're dealing with different depths in live scope, big fish will look differently, small fish could look big. There's a lot of different factors that make that fish look a certain way. Certainly, you know, how you're using your equipment. For example, the net right here. At that point, the net's still on the deck. A lot of things you're learning for your fishing experience for the tournament.
That is an absolute hog. Look at this. I cannot do this net thing. This net thing is just not for me. This is like a 2-pound fish. You gotta stay hydrated, you gotta keep eating, okay? So basically what I'm using today is a combination of 13 footers from 3 Pound Fishing Elite Series Ozark rods. Check them out. Also using the Curly Fry, which I believe is Midnight Chartreuse, and a Grenada Crappie jig head. They call them sausage heads. I don't know if there's any difference or not, but this is actually the same jig I caught my 3 pound fish on it. So I feel lucky about it, and that's why I fish with it here. So I do have the gray 13 footer from Ozark Rods as well. This is available. Not a 3 pound fishing rod. It's a little bit heavier, perhaps a little bit stiffer. I still prefer my 3 pound fishing, but it happens to have this jig on it. That's why I'm using it. No big deal. Love it just as much. Majority of the work's being done with this bad boy right here. And all I'm using is a simple number 5 split shot, just like I do at home. And I just do a loop knot on my jig, and jigs are a little bit bigger, of course, so that's to be expected. We're at Grenada after all. So anyway, let's get back to it. Gonna have a little lunch. So people are gonna ask maybe how you're finding new fish on a lake you're not familiar with. Now obviously I go to the spots that I'm familiar with, but I'll tell you what, there is definitely an art to patterning fish. You know, the Matt Rogers, the Josh Jones, the Eric Cagle, the guys, Brandon Fulgram. I mean, you can list all of them. There's so many great fishermen out there, so many great ones. It's unbelievable. They have the ability to pattern fish, to go to a new lake and establish what those fish are doing and to find them on that lake. So, and I have definitely got some work to do in that category. You know, I can catch a fish here, I can catch a fish there. I know that they adhere to structure. I always target points, and I always target riverbeds, any tight bends and some drastic changes in elevation, because I think that gives the crappie everything that they need. Those are the areas that I target. I don't know if that's, I mean, I know that it works, but I think there's definitely an art to patterning fish on a lake that you haven't fished for perhaps 6 months. Being able to go there, identify where they're at, and then mark those kind of areas on a lake. I think it's more than just showing up and fishing, to be honest with you. It's doing a little bit of homework at the house before you get here, and certainly some tournaments would allow you to talk to other anglers and get an idea where they're at. American Crappie Tro, not so much. You have to only be talking to people that are actually in the event. So, but found some fish here, just nothing big yet. So I'm going to continue down this riverbed a little bit. I love fishing structure. That's my favorite thing. That's 7 fish in. It is basically 11 o'clock with a lot of problems, so that's pretty good. And I do think my net thing's working.
All right, folks, that's going to end it on day 2 of our pre-fish, okay? So the next episode you're going to see is actually going to be tournament fishing. I can tell you on my pre-fish, it's been going pretty good, 11 pounds, feeling pretty comfortable. I definitely know I need to step it up a notch, but during these pre-fish days, you're trying a lot of different things. So my target will always be 12 pounds if I'm getting 11 pounds on a pre-fish day. Now, Grenada is my favorite lake. I love it to death, and I'm spending a lot of time on it. And it's exciting. Learning about the net, whether or not I use it, you're going to have to tune in next week, because some really interesting things happen. Again, we're fishing solo, and we do a great job. So I don't want to spoil it for you, but I can tell you that there's a lot of fun that happens in the boat during the tournament, and this is no exception. So thanks for watching. Please do me a favor and subscribe. That really helps 3 Pound Fishing out. Have a great one.